Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Let's talk. I'm your beautiful host, Miriam, for short, Mimi. And I'm here with my wonderful guest, Mr.
Yeah, my name is IYALLA.
And
Emily.
Okay, today we'll be talking about single parenting and dual parenting, which is more preferable. We all had parents, or we all have parents. So I feel this topic is going to be very educating and very interesting. So Mr. IYALLA, when we talk about parenting, use your own life story or your own parenting background to brief us.
Well, I think parenting in short definition is the role individuals play for another tender individual. Why I use that term is because children today will be parents tomorrow, and then parents today were children yesterday.
Yeah.
So these are separate individuals, right? But at different phases of their life. So parenting is that stage where the older individual at the time has the role of taking care of the younger individual. That's what I see as parenting.
Okay. Miss Emily, do you have any other thing to say?
Just like what you said, it's just a process. Parenting is a process in which it's not just about you having a child. It's about you taking care of that child, raising them up till the stage that they can take care of themselves on their own. So
That is the independent state.
yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. You know, the way the society has coined the word single parenting, it makes it look like when you say someone is a single parent, it sounds more like the person had a child out of wedlock.
Sounds like barbaric.
Yes, it sounds that way. So when we talk of single parenting, I know that's the word, that's the imagination, the picture that most people have at the back of their head, that this one is a single parent. That means this one had the child out of wedlock. So I want us all today to educate the public very well on single parenting.
Well, for simple context, just like how the name sounds, single parent, it just involves one individual at a time, right? I know the society has this stigma of perhaps the person had given birth out of wedlock, but then there is even more to it. There is decease of one spouse, there is inability or incapacity of another spouse, there is cases of separation, right? And so many other factors.
When you say separation, is that
Separation of the
divorce?
spouse. Well, lately I've come to learn that there is separation and there is divorce.
Divorce, yeah.
I have a friend, I hope not to mention his name in the process. His parents are not divorced.
Okay, they're just separated.
Separated.
Okay.
Right, they still go mate whenever they want to mate.
Wow,
Celebrate their
wonderful.
birthdays whenever they want to celebrate.
Wonderful.
Prepare special meal for each other.
Okay, they are
But
testing the waters.
but they are far apart, right?
They're just not staying together.
They're not staying together. And they've been doing this for, now my friend is over 30, so they've been doing it for at least the last 25 years.
Wow.
Wow.
But they even reside in the same town, funny enough. Right? So that has helped me to differentiate between divorce and then separation.
Okay. So Miss Emily, on the single parenting, the society has made it more dent on the female, on the like our own gender. When we see the single parents, the ladies, we suffer more because a man who has a child and has separated, the tendency of him remarrying is faster than the woman who already has a child. So what do you have to say about it?
Well, to me, I'll tell the person out there, any single girl or lady out there, it's not a plague, it's not a state. Like, you shouldn't be allowing those things to weigh you down. As a person, it matters in many ways. When those things happen to you, sometimes not really your fault. Sometimes maybe you see couple, they just got married, something happened, the husband is late, and they just have perhaps one issue. that doesn't mean that the girl shouldn't maybe give herself another chance, or the woman to like remarry, just for you to take care of yourself. Because sometimes they allow the process of taking care of the child weigh them down, and they really don't take care of themselves anymore. And they have this belief that as long as they are single parent, that no man out there will want to be with them.
It's not just about them. I feel it's the society. The society has made it look like once a lady has a child, whether she's a single mom, whether she had the child out of wedlock, they made it look like a norm that the woman is not supposed to remarry. So
no, the woman has to prove them wrong in many ways.
Okay.
It's a tough road, you know.
Yes, it's really a tough one. So we all, dual parenting. I could remember back then, sorry for we the fatherless. If you can relate, you can relate. Back then, when I still had my dad, there's this, when a child is craving for something, the mothers will be like, hey, I don't have. But the father will just like, what do you want? Ice cream. Oh yeah. Take my wallet, buy this. But the mom tends to try to form hard woman. So for me, the dual parenting, it's sweeter because you get to relate with your dad, you get to relate with your mom in a situation whereby both parents are living happily. But if the home is not a happy home, even the children sometimes even act like they don't have parents. They even act more like they are staying with single parents.
I completely agree with you. Some dual parent organization typically can be like a single parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
in that aspect, so I can say something. My mom and my dad, somehow, my dad stays in Cameroon and comes in basically sometimes twice in a year. And sometimes when he comes into Nigeria, he will basically stay in Cross River State.
wow.
Either we have to travel down to see him, or he will now come in. But before he comes in, it will be like, And sometimes we just come when we don't even know. We just wake up to see my dad in the house. The way it's going, we just sleep and you just wake up.
He has gone. So the bond is not even there. It's more like
at the point I was very, very far away from the bond was not there. But along the line, and I get to understand that yes, for some reasons it happened to be like that, and I understood everything. So it's not really about those things. It's about a parent or a father or a mother being able to balance up everything. Sometimes mothers, to an extent, because they are closer to a child, tends to bring in separation in a way that it makes the father look very obvious to the child that the father doesn't really care.
the fatherly role.
Mother, yes, that's how you talk to your kids. That may not be around right now, but he cares, and he can always talk to you. He loves you so much. He's coming, and you see the child will be very, very eager to say, "Yeah, my dad is coming. He's coming." And say, yeah, my dad loves me. Even when they're out there with their peers, doing one of them saying, yeah, my dad loves me. If you are a single mom to an extent, and that happens to you, you can always encourage your child not to waver. And you can always also, to an extent, you have family members. In one way or the other, they can always relate. When the thing is too tough on you, you can always try to relate with other people. From there, you guys will get along. The child will not even feel like, when a child is loved, one thing about children I know, when they are loved, their emotional state is stable, their psychological state is stable, and their physical state is very stable. They tend to feel very comfortable and they do well mentally in every way. So that's what I think. It's not really about a father vehicle or a mother vehicle being there. It's about how well you try your best.
When it comes to parenting, like the single parenting has a very negative role. If the mother or the father, whoever is present in that particular aspect of the child's life, those children who were raised from a single parent, most times they are always very shy. When it comes from this aspect of the mother being present and the father is absent, most times they are shy. Most times it affects their self-esteem. There's this comfort you have when your father is around. They say when a child misbehaves, you flog the child and you still drag the child. for what? Correction. If, for example, we are having an argument and I say something out of anger and you want to beat me and I'm running home, if I see my father, I will stop. Because what? I have seen my father. There's no way you will run and come and drag me from my father's presence and beat me up. So there's this father figure, or there's this role for the, I'm talking in the aspects of a single mother, when the husband is not there. The children tend to be naive, some of them tend to be shy, some of them tend to be timid, some of them tend to be very,
Self-esteem.
yes, they have low self-esteem, and it affects them badly. So I would really want us to, before I go further, what makes a person qualified to be called a parent?
Well, a parent, someone who understands the role of being a parent, is the person who qualifies to be a parent.
So are you saying if an outsider is playing the role of caring, providing, supporting, that person can be called a parent?
Yeah.
Definitely. No, parenting is not really about the person that gave birth, biologically. It's
Okay.
not like that. No, as long as you understand what it takes to take care of a child, help the child in every way, psychologically, physically, mentally, and the child tends to relate with you properly, the bond is there, you can be called a parent.
You know that common adage to say, one person alone does not mend the child.
Yes.
The child belongs to, it's like a community responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah, so all of those who play active role in helping through the upbringing of the child, both morally, spiritually, and in general, is regarded as a parent.
Okay, so Mr. IYALLA, which do you prefer, the single parenting or the dual parenting? Which played?
From the onset, it's a very dicey topic to talk about, especially with regards to preference, right? Preference in the sense of whether it's that of a single parent or, more than one parent. I think I don't have a specific preference. What is my preference is the effectiveness of the parenting.
Okay.
Because we've, out of this discussion, come to realize that there could be two persons involved in the process of parenting, yet it might seem like it's just
one person might be absent.
Yeah, and the person is available. Sorry, the
No,
person is
absent.
around.
That's a attitude.
Yeah, kind of, that kind of thing. So, saying which is better, well, if you still give me the option, if I must choose, I think double parenting is good.
Okay. Emily, what do you have to say?
Based on the same thing, in as much as dual parenting is okay and everybody gets to be happy, my mom is here, my dad is there, but in a situation that you have lost one person and the other person is there, I still feel you can be happy as much as you want. You can still do well, you can still do better in the community, in the society. You can still stand up to be this unique child that everybody will be wondering, who owns this child, whose child is this? And then it will now play back. So it doesn't mean because your dad is not there or perhaps your mom is not there, you have to turn to something else or become something else. So asking me which I prefer, well, in as much as the both is okay, but if yours is not there, please be happy and live a good life. And also, in the part of being timid, shy, and naive, sometimes it's about temperament, and sometimes a child's temperament can be built during maybe from the environment.
Yeah, the environment matters a lot.
Even the character, the traits they inherit from their parents. So being timid or being kind of shy shouldn't just come in. If you as a parent will talk to your child about some things in life, give them the necessary education they need to know before they, that bond, when that bond is there, that's what I believe. Because to me and my mom, we relate so well in a way that the way we talk, you won't believe that she's my mom. People will be like, wait, is that your friend?
Sister.
That's my mom. Say, and you guys are just like, you think that's how my mom is. Someone was asking me when my mom was singing happy birthday song to me. They were like, is that really your mom? I said, yes, that's my mom. And she's not just a mother to one, but to six.
So do you prefer single parent?
Kind of prefer it.
You prefer single parenting? Is it because of the distance or what?
Sincerely speaking, growing up, I didn't really grow up with my dad being there. It was always my mom I saw, and she has always been my role model. I used to tell people that if I can be a little like my mom, I think I'll be a nice person.
Would you like to be a single parent?
Well, I would love to. I'd love to do the dual, but then if
nobody wants to be a single parent. Let's leave this sentiment.
Nobody wants to.
Because even as a single parent, there are times. Okay, let's take for instance, you're raising the male children. You see, there's a stage a boy or a man will reach. Once the father is absent, it takes the grace of God. It takes the uncles around to put that boy in check. You know, once you get to puberty, you start feeling like, you have arrived. As a guy, as a boy, you've arrived. Nobody can talk to you again. No. If your mom is not the one that is strict, like when she says sit, sit. If she says sit and you're still trying to challenge her, if she's the soft kind of person, she'll be like, I beg, I don't have strength for this boy. And that's how the boy just keeps having an arrogant attitude and grows up with that kind of lifestyle. So
it boils down to parenting. Everything.
That's what I'm saying. Once, as a single mom or as a single parent, one person is not there, it's always very difficult raising up those children.
Well, I will say that initially nobody wants to be a single parent. That's everybody fantasizes on being
I
together.
agree with you. No one desires to be a single
parent.
It's kind of conditional.
Yeah, and when that happens, so they don't have to neglect themselves or feel bad. As a parent, irrespective of being a single parent or two, you have to take your stand. When a child is doing something bad, the Holy Book says, train up a child in a way he should go. When he is old, he'll not depart. In that, if children tend to have their kind of stubbornness, even at a very young age.
Everybody.
They try you to know if you can be able to put them in check or call them to order. You tell a child, come and sit down, the child will be standing. You're not even making an inch to move. And you are just there looking at the child. I say, sit down here. I want to say, I'm going to flog you. You see, that child will just come and sit.
Like the way in my house, my name is now like a threat machine.
Okay.
Flog you.
You see?
In my house, my siblings will be doing something bad. Now we're talking, and they are just, what is here? Sister is back. And my mom says, I'm going to report. Everybody. Not like I'm like, everybody knows me to put themselves. And those that need to apologize, will definitely go and apologize. ASAP. So that's just how it is. It's about how you are able to, even though you don't flog them with Ken, there's how you can sit somebody down, talk to. My mom doesn't really flog me. But you know what she would do? Sit you down. She'll be talking, I'll be crying. I'm telling you the truth. She's talking, I'm crying. And you cannot stand up when she's talking. She'll finish whatever she's saying. So it's every parent have a different disciplinary measures.
So,
okay. So is parenting different from fatherhood?
Is parenting different from fatherhood? Are you sure it's not tautology?
It's not
I
tautology.
think they are the same thing. But then fatherhood is referring to the masculine responsibility of parenting. Motherhood is the feminine responsibility of parenting. Because fatherhood can be a context of identifying the role the father plays. Be it tuition costs, rental, feeding, clothing, and all of what it involves. That's fatherhood, right? And it's a part of parenting. So I think it's not different. It is just a segment of the class of parenting.
All right, Emily.
Okay. Fatherhood being different from parenting. Well, if I should look at fatherhood itself, it's like...
Or motherhood.
It's like the biological aspect of a man, knowing that this child has my DNA, this is my child. But when it comes to parenting, it's about you. Yeah, biologically, it's your child. but you now contribute to the upbringing in every aspect of the child's life, in every stage you are there. That's parenting. The fatherhood is just like, yeah, he's the father.
Just the sperm donor.
Yeah, the sperm,
I have a contrary opinion.
Okay.
Perhaps you're referring to he's the father, not fatherhood. Maybe. I don't know if it's different, but then I think that's what you're referring to. Just saying he's the sperm donor is the father. But then the fatherhood is the description of the fatherly responsibility the father plays.
But we've seen situations whereby there's a father figure, but he's not a father. Rather, the woman now plays the role of a father.
No, it's not possible.
It is.
It is.
No. The moment you say a father, you're simply classing him into providing the sperm. That's what makes him a father. So being a father is the biological role. That's a father. Right?
Okay.
The male contributor to the bringing of the child into the world. That's a father. So there is no possibility to say a father no day and then the father is there. But you could say there is no fatherhood
role.
Right.
Okay.
Fatherhood role in the upbringing of
The
the child.
child.
Okay.
Because no one can deny the paternity or maternity of a child.
But people do.
No, you can't. Biologically, you cannot.
Logically,
People still do it.
people deny.
No, denouncing parenthood,
pregnancy.
denouncing parenthood, denouncing pregnancy does not change the fact that the DNA still runs into that person. Biologically, you can't override that. Okay, this person's DNA contributed to the upbringing.
Okay.
You can denounce it, which is just an oral thing, but biologically, it's not possible.
Okay, so what advice will you give to people who are single parents in this hard economy right now?
That is born out of what?
Not
Condition,
no, not
wedlock,
no.
or we should not even bother.
Okay, we should not try to stigmatize it. Just single parents.
The intention is not to stigmatize it. It is to describe how it came about. Because I've come to learn that how a single parent came to be determines the attitude around it. Now, this is from personal experience. I've had friends who had got children out of wedlock, and the wedlock turned out to be the guy either denied the pregnancy or some sort of did not continue with the marital plans that they may have. So many other factors can contribute. And then you now see that the mother kind of transfers that
aggression.
Yes, towards the child, right? And you now see that the affinity, the bond between the mother and the child is loose, kind of.
That's where the timidity comes in, the shyness of that child.
Because it's a factor of how it came about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying depending on how it came about. But then those kind of single parenting that came about, there was a lovely bond between father, mother, children, and then the father died or the mother died. You will see that there is this continuation of that love, right, to the children.
Sometimes too. I notice for the men. Sorry, I'm always talking about.
Yeah, you're always against us. You're always speaking on us. But
I'm not picking on you guys. I've seen a situation whereby the lady goes into labor,
okay,
and she dies, but the baby survives. Okay. And there's this transfer of aggression, bitterness, to the child. The husband will be like, I would have. There's this sudden bitterness, like you would have died, my wife would have stayed. So, yes. So it's.
If I need to say something concerning that, I'll tell the people doing that it's never that child's fault. So you transfer aggression on somebody, you're just like you are stigmatizing that child.
You know, these things you do it sometimes subconsciously. You don't even know when you're doing it.
Lack of maturity too.
Like there's this man I know that I see him as a dad, a father. Whenever they ask me, I say, yeah, he's my dad. In the sense that his wife had this cancer after giving birth to this child, and she dies. The bond that those two have is inseparable. How I get to know them, I used to be the one that will go take care of that child, try to help them. And if the child hears my name, and even if it's inside, he'll run out.
But you know, that is just one case or two cases, you know.
In the case of rape, what do you...
Yeah, you see,
rape cases.
kind of,
Yeah, also. But then I still feel that
In the case of rape,
from God, children are gifts from God.
See, let's all be realistic about this thing. It's easier said than done.
Right.
When you were taking they took advantage of you.
And then an issue is
yes,
and the society does not even help you. They will still make you feel so bad. But I will still tell you, no matter what, still stay strong.
Staying strong, no, is that one definitely you have to stay strong, but it's not easy.
You know, I think there is a need for a support system for people with specialized cases like this. Support system, I mean, where they can constantly go, get to meet each other, talk. It's like a rehabilitation
Center.
forum, you know.
Okay.
I think there need to be such a group.
Is it for the rape?
People that are victims or people that are, you know.
It could be rape. It could be when you are with a guy after you got impregnated.
Break up, premature marriages, death, and all of that. I think there should be a
hear
support.
other people's stories, and then it helps you to be able to stay
heal,
strong, and then heal gradually, and then you get to love the child, knowing that the child is innocent.
We can set up a team. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that would be a lovely one.
That would be a lovely one.
Yeah, because I had both parenting on the start, and then somehow I became a single parenting. Right, so
and
I've had a taste of both worlds, so I understand how it can feel. I've also had friends, relatives who go through this. One friend I had, and that was the first time I heard about the instance of someone can get pregnant as a result of rape. You know, when I was growing up, my interest for biology didn't make me believe that, because what is classed as rape is forceful intercourse, right? And then my biology teaches me the process of conception. It needs a calm environment, blah, 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 and all of that. But when I later saw that someone could conceive out of rape, I was shocked. Right?
Yes, you can.
This friend of mine can attribute this bitterness to the child. She's one of those people I keep wishing could go through that healing process of letting go, that the child is not the cause. I think she later kept the child because it was a taboo in their family lineage to abort a child. You see, now she was caught in between the walls of getting pregnant through a cruel means, and now she can't even let go of the child because of some sort of family belief. And you see how she can molest the child certain times. I'm like, you're just going to let this child hate you over time.
She's just passing aggression. She's...
And the child is almost 10 years. For 10 years, you are still letting this whole thing kill you.
10 years sounds like a very long time in your ears. So that 10 years can be just 10 seconds, 10 minutes. So it depends on an individual.
And too many aggression can come in. She'll be like, this child is not even giving room for another guy to come around. I'm like, come on, if you want, you could take this child to go stay with your family or something.
Yeah,
you know?
that's where the assistance from family comes in.
No, it's not about where the child stays. Some people don't want to hear that you have a child. You understand? Okay. So it's not about where the child is staying. If, for an instance, I don't want to lie in a relationship, I just tell you plain, I have a child. Okay. And it scares most people. Like, why would I come and start taking responsibility of another man's child?
Let me tell you the truth. No, there was a time my nephew came to stay with me, and there are just things that will be disturbing my life. One day I said, yes, I have. He's my son. And the next day, you not see the
That's it.
They really make it look like it's
a taboo.
Come on.
Can you women actually get to marry a man who has a child? I think it's easier for you guys.
It's easier.
But it's very hard for a man to marry.
Though I'm a man, but I can't even answer why men act that way, because I don't think it's a big deal for me. Because for me, children, whether it's mine biologically or outside, they are lovely around me. So maybe I'll look out for friends and understand why they act that way. Yeah.
In the aspect of the single parenting, why have we, the Africans, made it look like once a lady loses her husband, the husband's people tend to swallow everything and just pushes the woman away.
The man had. Even if they work for it together and on everything, they'll just trash her.
You're an African man, so I'm throwing the question.
Yeah, but I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person.
Viewers,
Because
please.
Viewers, please tell us.
Tell us.
Why
Like,
is it an African tradition? Because I also wonder why that happens.
it's very cruel to do.
Okay, it's not nice at all.
And I think that's why most marriages now always want to focus on
The courts. The court marriages.
which is not a total solution.
Yeah.
It's not a total solution because they can be diabolic once they now see that there is now a legal binding, right? And then you, out of fret, fear, and all of that, you be like, okay, just let it go. The whole thing can be complicated, but then I feel that families thrive better once there's a man and a woman. I was leaving the house this morning. So between me and my wife, I'm the doctor in the house. I can administer drugs better to my kids, right? And I was leaving, and the newborn, she was like, "You need to come and give her medicine," and then I will laugh. Yesterday, she was trying to take medicine and wasted a whole dosage.
Wow.
Because she's not, whether the kids don't accept her giving them medicine, but then if I just carry them, maybe I naturally have the skill of, administering small. So
No, your patience enough. We know women, we are not patient. Once we try and the child spits it out, you're like, oh, I'm not doing it again.
And
but
also not every woman out there are okay with babies when they are still very
yes,
very
fragile. They are scared. Yes.
as they are now getting strong. That's when they're very comfortable.
No, but then when I handle the children, they will take. So my wife will be like, okay, maybe they like me more.
No, it's just the patience. She's not patient enough.
That's the thing. So the reason why I brought that in is it shows how both parents have a very important and inseparable roles, in upbringing. But then once it's conditional that it's now a single parent, they still have to try.
Even in the dual parenting, once one is emotionally unavailable, there's still a big deal.
Definitely.
That's the thing. So viewers, I hope you guys participate in this conversation and also answer the very important question.
Yes, please answer us, guys.
And if you're a father out there, please try to get involved in your child's life. It's very, very important.
I agree.
Very, very important. And if you're
There are so many men that don't even know how to change diapers. They tell you it's a woman's.
Must not change that before he's involved.
You see? Yeah. So in a situation whereby I leave the child with you and go out.
No. Don't get me wrong. I said a man must not learn how to change their pants before he's involved. Yeah. There are other areas a man can be involved.
Definitely. And
like what areas?
I come across something.
Administrative.
Yeah, like the other time I come across something online where a lady left a child with the dad. The child now put the baby on the wall with
okay.
So that the dad can do, and he was focused on what he was doing, so he doesn't want anything to stop. So please, parents, like being a father, get involved in your child's life. And you out there who is single, or maybe you're a single parent, or perhaps a mom, or a single dad, or a single mom, please, no matter what the society is giving to you, try your best to stay strong and show your child love and care. They really need you in their life.
And let's minimize wedlock.
Yeah.
Yes. Even if you had a child out of wedlock, count it as, I don't want to say a loss, count it as a blessing. Yeah, the love you were supposed to give to that your partner, or the love you gave to that your partner who left you, just use it on the child. Shower it on that child and love the child.
Because every child has a different
destiny.
And the upbringing, the love and emotion surrounding a child has a very great determination with what the child would be and the potential as a child can have.
Yeah, and also I would say this. When it comes to parenting is parenting. Nothing like a single parenting or a dual parenting.
I agree.
Both are the same parenting. So please, whatever it is, take care of your child, make them feel like they are part of you, and you see them you see them thriving. Sometimes those single parents themselves, they tend to bond more.
Yes.
In that it's even hard for them to separate. Let's say the child wants to leave this place and go to another place. It becomes kind of hard because they've got each other's back to an extent. So please, whatever it is, stay strong, love yourself, and love your child.
Let me say one more thing. And if you're planning to cause a single parenting, please change
don't.
your mind.
Don't.
Karma will come for you. Do we all believe in karma?
Very bad.
Karma. Karma will come for you. So thank you, viewers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Any shout outs?
Well, shout out to the beautiful single parents who are trying out their best out there. It's not easy. Shout out to both parents who are also struggling to help model and groom children. It's not also easy, but then they try.
To every single parent, mom out there, you are the best. You're doing.
To every single dad. Let me stand for the men now.
You're trying. You're doing. You can see. You're doing.
For every single dad out there, we love you.
Are they
Thank
single
you.
dads?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, there.
They are. There are some men who, after they lost their wives,
course,
they
about 5.
refuse to remarry.
And no other woman would come into their life.
I'm telling you.
Something-
Not even plait the children's hair.
Plates. You go to the salon now.
No. Someone stayed around me for a while, and they have a single dad, and she's like, "There's this auntie that plaits my hair for free."
Ew.
I'm like,
So you're doing well, and to my mom, you are the best. I love you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's not making.
Yes.
It's okay, I reserve my.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. We love you all. Follow us on all our social media handles. Thank you, guys. Peace out.